they were correct. It was not scalable. It was not easy. And it was not sexy. It was a classic sweaty startup. But guess what? That company put 500 grand in my bank account by the time I was 25 years old. After junior year, we had picked up this stuff, and me and my business partner said, okay, look, we're going to have to go big at this because our friends are getting jobs in New York City for 70, 80 grand a year. Like, we got to go big. We got to take a little bit of a risk. Our opportunity cost is huge to continue the student storage business model. So we said, if we don't get 250 customers, we're going to give this up. Let's go big. So the next year, we had already signed up for some classes. We dropped some. We added some. We took an entrepreneurship class. This is the first semester, our senior year. First day of the class, they're like, okay, everybody bring in their business idea. And we're going to, the next week, we're going to have a little round robin pitch, and everybody's going to step up in front of the room. We're all going to give our business idea, and we're going to spend the whole semester working on it. That's the exact curriculum of every single entrepreneurship class in America. Think of an idea, spend the rest of the semester working on the idea. Well, all 30 kids stood up in front of the room and gave their pitch, and it was apps. It was, a camera video thing that can identify plants. It was all these different scalable tech startups revolutionize a new social media platform, with clips of this or that, or like a collaborative tool online where we can scale to millions of users. Every single idea was like that. Every single one except for mine. And mine was, hey, I'm going to pick up and store boxes. And I did not win the pitch competition. The professor asked me and grilled me in front of everybody, said, what's your moat? How are you going to scale this? What's the next, what are you going to do if you raise venture capital? What's the plan? What are you going to do differently than the 3 companies at Cornell that are already doing this? They're already doing it. And I stood up there and said, I don't have a moat. I'm looking at how these companies do it, and I don't think they're doing it very well. And look, I don't need, and the last thing I said, I don't need all the money. Like, these companies here in town are making $500,000 a year doing this business. I only need 150 to be happy. And they kind of just like, oh, okay, here we go. That was my entrepreneur class experience of, Nick, no way your idea is going to work. You need to think of something more scalable, and you need a moat. Fast forward 10 years from now, all those folks, most of them didn't even really want to start those jobs. They were just taking the class for fun. They went and got jobs. But the people who actually did try to start the new idea, tech startup stuff, turns out that stuff's really hard. Turns out educating a market's really hard. It turns out raising cash is really hard. It turns out, a new idea, brand new idea that's never been thought of before and has never worked before, turns out the odds are low and that your risk is high, that probably won't work. So most of those folks have jobs now. And what they didn't really understand is that entrepreneurship is kind of about momentum. In order to start a company, you need some things. You need some cash. You need some skills, some ability to actually run a company, and you need a network of people around you who you can work with. A college student has none of those 3 things. So instead of trying to dive in with a big world-changing idea where I need all 3 of those and I don't have any, I said, okay, I'm going to start a company. I'm going to make a little bit of cash. I'm going to build those 3 things. I'm going to build some cash. I'm going to save up some cash. I'm going to build my skills. I'm going to build my ability to run a company, my ability to hire people, delegate, do all these really hard things. And lastly, I'm going to build a network. I'm going to become an expert at something, and I'm going to become a resource that other people want to know me through, or think I'm a worthwhile person in their hub of people they invest time in so that I can add value to their life. So as business goes and as the years went by, the decisions just kept getting higher stakes, and the opportunities kept getting bigger. And yeah, we don't still run that moving and storage company. That is indeed, they were correct. It was not scalable. It was not easy. And it was, not sexy. It was a classic sweaty startup. But guess what? That company put 500 grand in my bank account by the time I was 25 years old. And we used that to invest and build a self-storage facility. We built it for $2.9 million. It's worth over $10 million today. It's a life-changing amount of money. And then we kind of kept that snowball rolling down, and we bought more self-storage facilities. Now we have 63 of them. We have a company with 45 people, buying and managing self-storage facilities. We sold that company that we had started for 7 figures. We had 0 debt on it. So it was a life-changing amount of money when we sold that business, almost 3 years ago. And here we are today doing bigger, more exciting, more scalable, more fun things. So what they don't understand is that business is about momentum. If you don't have those 3 things, the network, the capital, and the ability, the experience, the operational chops, it's really, really, really hard to make money in entrepreneurship. Big news, guys. I created a free PDF that details my method on how I analyze a self-storage facility and figure out what it's worth. Give me a pen, the back of a napkin, and a couple metrics, and I can figure out about what the property is going to be worth to me. If you want to download this PDF, click in the show notes, the first link, and you can give me your email address, and you get a email right away with a 4-page PDF that outlines exactly how I think about underwriting or giving my initial analysis on a self-storage facility. Again, click the link in the show notes, and you're going to get that document for free. This episode of The Sweaty Startup is brought to you by Jobber. And Jobber is a software that allows service business owners to run the back end of their business with ease. You can get quote request forms right inside the app on your website from customers. You can send out quotes to customers with a couple clicks of a button. You can set up all of your automatic email templates. You can send bills. You can get paid. You can stay organized. You can even schedule your employees. Now, GetJobber is unbelievable, and my brother uses it to basically run his lawn care company without any admin work, and I just highly recommend this service. Visit getjobber.com/sweaty for a 20% discount and a free trial. I think if you run a service business, it is the best way to appear professional to the customers and also be incredibly efficient on your end. Now, one more time, it's getjobber.com/sweaty.